¿Qué tal, amigos? Bienvenidos a una entrevista más aquí en el canal de El Melómano. Es para mí un placer platicar con un integrante de una banda que pues iba a venir a México, pero pues vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa en el futuro. AK, how are you? Thank you for being here with El Melómano in this interview. How are you? How do you feel about this release of your 14th album, Blood in the Water?
I'm doing great. Actually, it's very exciting having another record out. Um, we kind of struggled with how we were going to top the last one, and I think we did it on this one. So we're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, the music of Flotsam and Jetsam has progressed quite a lot since the doomsday of the Deceiver days. How do you compare these changes in ideas, inspirations, and lyrics to right now?
Ooh, I really wasn't heavy into writing lyrics that meant anything until, I don't know, almost the Cold record. Before that, I was just writing stuff that fit in the song. So, since then I've had a chance to actually put my brain to test and put my wisdom down on some songs, and it's really quite enjoyable now. Now I get to come up with my own idea of what the song is about and my own way of telling that story. And it's pretty nice not having anybody breathing down my neck telling me what to do or telling me what to sing.
Yeah, I'm asking that because you are not the same person that in 1983, 1986 to right now. Your ideas changed. Actually your passion with the music change grows and grows. So that's the finally of the question.
Yeah, it's I used to have a lot of writing partners who did a lot of lyrical stuff, and then I would just change things to make it fit into the song. And what, since I'm doing all the lyrics and all the melody lines and all the vocals all by myself now, it really kind of empowers me to make everything sound a little better, a little crisper, a little angrier. So it's been a really good thing for me.
Let's talk about this new record. Is Blood in the Water some kind of compilation from your entire career?
You could probably say that. It wasn't meant to be, but with the pandemic and everything going on, I really didn't write any songs. I didn't sit down and say I'm going to write a song about the pandemic. Things just kind of flow out because that's what we're going through at this time. So, it's I get to draw back from different times in my life and different experiences in my life, and I get to kind of tell my story without telling a story. I like to leave things up to everybody else's interpretation.
Look, I'm asking that because in this album I can hear a lot of hints from old records in a very subtle way. An example, in 1988, you made a ballad called Escape from Within. And in 1992, you included Secret Square in the album Cuatro. In this new record, we find a new ballad called, semi ballad, called Cry for the Dead. What can you tell us about these types of songs, comparing them with each other?
Wow. That's a good one. When the slow part in No Place for Disgrace comes in, I really loved singing that part. And I start telling the guitar players, every record after that, I really love this part. I'd like to do a whole song like that. And next thing you know, there's Escape from Within, which was almost a whole song of singing like that. It's a really fun way to sing. And then, we had some other ones. We had a lot of stuff off Drift and Quattro that had some slow, really fun singing in it. And when Cry for the Dead came along, they left all that room for me to sing the verses. And that's when I really get creative and flow and have a good time with it.
I'm pretty sure that song "Cry for the Dead" is gonna be the next hit from the band because it's a sweet song, it's aggressive song. I mean, it's a hybrid song, ballad, strongest, and with your vocals are gonna be crushing for the gigs in the future, I guess, no?
Hope so. Agree.
And about your singing, I have this question. Your vocal performance was fantastic, especially in the higher registers. We can hear from your voice is a quite fresh. Was this pandemic and the lack of shows responsible for giving your voice a new life in the vocal range?
Maybe at the time, well, when I actually recorded these parts, the pandemic was just starting. And I was still pretty worked out pretty well from doing some shows and doing some other things that we were recording. And so my voice was in pretty good shape. Um, it grows every album. I get a little older, a little tougher, a little meaner, a little higher. It's I kind of feel like everything has been rehearsal to get me to where I am now. So it's kind of cool. Since I recorded the vocals for this record, I haven't even sang happy birthday in almost a year. So I'm a little worried about what's going to happen on tour.
Okay.
But, it was a lot of fun in the studio. Um, Ken did all the producing for me for the vocal stuff. And he has a way of bringing out the performance in me that I maybe wasn't going to go for on my own. And Ken kind of forces me to push it a little bit and go for the gusto.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking. I'm here the album a couple days ago, and it's great. All that stuff that you made, all members band. The band sounds very great together. And this is the coming up question about. Um, do you think Blood in the Water is one of the best albums by the band? I mentioned this because the lineup changes and everything that has happened with this pandemic, and all of you guys. I mean, you, Steve, Gilbert, and Billy. Um, all you sound great together. Do you think this album is the best album of your career?
I think so. Not just my vocals.
Yeah.
I feel like my whole career is, like I said, has been rehearsal to get where I am now. And it's not just me. I feel like, Mike Gilbert is the same way. He's been playing for so long now that everything up to this point has been, just shaping and molding. And we're finally at a place where we're very comfortable with our writing and with our performing.
Yeah, but about the pandemic stuff, this is the third album you record for long distance. You are experienced musicians, but what was difficult about the recording process for this album? I
We
know,
did the chaos.
I know all different members are from other cities, so and you record another albums before from distance. What was the difficult part on this way on this album?
The the end of chaos, we started uh, kind of doing the pandemic recording. I mean, we recorded guitar parts, everybody at their own homes. I recorded most of the vocals at my house. Ken did all the drums at his studio, and we just kind of combined them afterwards. And it worked out pretty well. It was kind of easy. But we felt like we lost maybe a little romance in the recording process. So we did the same thing this time, only when I went to go do vocals, I went to Ken's studio. So we could kind of be face to face through the glass, and he could be hearing what I'm thinking when I sing. And like I said, he pushed me a little farther than I probably would have gone on my own. And the guitar players kind of did that to each other. They would send solos and riffs back and forth. And, Mike would send Steve something, and Steve would come back and say, "Oh, that's lame. You better do it again." We kind of like to push each other and battle each other. And it comes up with a pretty good product.
About the lyrics, AK, those blood in the water define what is to come society in the future. I mean, the titles are so post-apocalyptic. The lyrics are so post-apocalyptic. I love that with some songs, but this defined what the society goes in the future.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, some of our songs are just warnings. They're like, if we don't turn things around, this is how it's gonna, this is the direction we're heading. Um, Cry for the Dead is basically just a mournful song about all the people lost basically in the pandemic or in wars or from police or from anything,
Yeah.
it's just that dread feeling that almost everyone has had, that you're never going to talk to that person again, and you're never going to be able to go back and have any kind of experiences with that person. And other than that, most of the songs are kind of,
Okay.
like Too Many Lives is kind of a tongue-in-cheek kind of, there's a lot of people being born every day, and there's not very many people dying every day, and the world's getting more crowded, but you can't just go out and shoot them and get rid of them. You know what I mean? We have to try to find a way to make all the resources last and make the earth last, and make everybody get along and everybody help each other.
So are you trying to saying that this album trying to refresh the new life, the new beginning after this pandemic and all the stuff that is gonna be happening around the world?
It would be nice if it did, but that really wasn't our goal. We kind of just tell stories and warnings, and everybody has to take it as they read it, I guess.
What is your story with Blood in the Water? I mean, as you said, what is your story? Tell in the new album. Are you trying to tell a story of your life with Blood in the Water album?
Just a story of life, not necessarily my life, but everybody, just like that song Blood in the Water, everybody goes through a little bit of that experience. You have people calling you on your phone every day trying to sell you insurance or the warranty on your car or something, and it's just like you put a little blood in the water, which is your phone, and the sharks just come circling around. They're after you. And it's the same way with governments, it's the same way with banks, it's the same way with a lot of things. And you just got to kind of be careful not to let too much blood in the water, because the sharks are there.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. So Flotsam and Jetsam has not been in Mexico in over 10 years, and you were scheduled and appeared to 2020 Domination Festival. Has the date been rescheduled? A lot of fans are waiting to see you.
I don't think the date has been rescheduled yet for us anyway, but we have some people working on. We really haven't done a lot of South American stuff at all. We've never been, south of Mexico, so we plan on doing something in 2022 that's going to be all south of the U.S. border. We hope for quite some time, because we haven't. Some places we've never been, and a couple places we've only been once or twice, and we have a lot of fans down there, and we really need to get there and do some shows and meet some people. And that's what it's all about for me, is meeting the fans and having fun. So um we really need to, and I'm definitely going to be putting my foot down with the agent and make sure that happens in 2022.
Yeah, Mexico is a place on the thrash and speed and the power metal has a passion fans. You know,
That's
we won that tour that's gonna be in Europe with Accept. That's gonna be crushing, and we want to see Flotsam and Jetsam in Mexico because everybody wants it. It's over 10 years, and in that 10 years, you record some albums very insane. You know, in Mexico, the people crushing each together, dancing, all that trash stuff, no? And it's gonna be interesting to watch and see and hear the that Blood in the Water performance live.
I can't wait. It should be a good time. I don't know when we're gonna get there, but we will get there.
I hope it's gonna be soon.
I
So,
hope so.
AK, the last question, one last thing. What song did you enjoy most recording from the new album?
Whew, that's a tough one. There's some really good songs on this album.
Yeah,
Um, The Walls was a lot of fun to sing. Geez, they're all really good. Reaggression was one of my little creative ones. I look at that one as a little art picture that I got to create, and that one has a lot of cool parts to it. A lot of cool vocal performances in it. That one was a lot of fun to sing. But probably singing wise, Cry for the Dead was probably my favorite.
yeah. Cry for the Dead is awesome. The all the riffs, the oil is blow my mind. I'm very happy to hear this new music, and this album released June 4th, especially this one day before, one day after my birthday. My birthday is in 2 days, so
Nice,
it's a
nice. Happy birthday.
thank you. It's a special gift to me to hear this new album. And AK, thank you for joining us on this interview. I'm very honored to talk with you about this record and talk about a little your experiences as musician.
Great. Thank you, man. I'm I'll be glad to do an interview with you anytime you want.
AK, it's a pleasure. Amigos, espero les haya gustado esta entrevista. Nos vemos en el siguiente video. Sigan echando mucho rock. Thank you so much.
All right, man.